There's a quiet kind of confidence that comes from knowing you're ready for whatever the sea throws your way. And for sailors, that confidence often comes down to the tools tucked away in the lockers and lazarettes. It's not always about having the biggest gear or the fanciest gadgets, it's about the things that earn their keep time and time again. The kind of tools that fix a jammed winch, patch a sail at anchor, or keep you talking when everything else goes dark. This list isn't about gimmicks, it's about real-deal essentials. Tools that have seen storms, sun, salt, and everything in between. Whether you're just getting started or you've been sailing for decades, these are the 10 tools every sailor should keep on board. They're not just useful, they're vital. A multi-tool isn't just handy, it's a lifesaver. For many sailors, it's the one thing they reach for more than anything else on board. It's like having a miniature toolbox in your pocket. Whether it's tightening a loose screw, snipping a stubborn line, or prying open a jammed locker, the multi-tool handles it all without fuss. It earns its keep during unexpected moments, like when a shackle pin starts to back out mid-sail, or when a hose clamp needs a quick tweak in the engine room. And in a space where every inch counts, it's gold to have one compact tool that covers so many bases. Pliers, screwdrivers, a knife, a file, sometimes even a mini saw, all tucked into one rugged little unit. Many seasoned sailors keep theirs clipped on a belt or in a cockpit cubby, always within arm's reach. Some even carry a backup, just in case. It might not look like much, but this tool has a way of proving its worth when the chips are down. On the water, being prepared is everything, and a good multi-tool makes sure you are. When you're out there on the water and the sun dips below the horizon, a headlamp quickly becomes your best friend. Not just any headlamp, though, one with a red light mode. It's a small detail, but a game changer. The red light keeps your night vision intact, letting you see what you're doing without going blind when you look up at your sails or instruments. From checking the chart plotter to reefing the main at 2 in the morning, hands-free lighting makes every task smoother and safer. You can crawl into a dark locker or get into the engine compartment without juggling a flashlight in your mouth. And when things go sideways at night, as they sometimes do, you want to be moving quickly and seeing clearly. Plus, it's not just for emergencies. Reading in the bunk without disturbing your crewmates, organizing gear at anchor, or making a midnight snack in the galley, it's all easier with a solid headlamp. It's one of those things you might not think about until you really need it, and then you wonder how you ever got by without one. When things go quiet on the main radio, or you're off the boat in the dinghy, a handheld VHF radio is worth its weight in gold. It keeps communication alive when it matters most, whether you're hailing a marina, checking in with another boat, or listening to weather alerts. It's also a crucial backup if your main radio goes out during a passage. Sailors often clip it to their life vest or toss it in a dry bag during shore runs. The peace of mind it brings is hard to put a price on. If you fall overboard or need help while away from the cockpit, that little radio becomes your lifeline. Many models these days are waterproof and float, which is a blessing if you're working on deck in rough weather or happen to fumble it near the water. A solid charge, clear reception, and a reliable signal mean you're never fully out of touch, even when you're off-grid. On board, it's more than a tool. It's a silent partner watching your back. Quick, tough, and sharp. A good rigging knife is a sailor's last line of defense when time is tight and trouble's brewing. It's built for one thing: action. When a line snags or a halyard needs cutting in a hurry, there's no time to dig around for scissors or dull blades. You need something fast, something you trust. Many sailors carry their rigging knife clipped to their belt or lashed to a lanyard. It's not just a habit, it's a precaution. And it's not only for emergencies. You'll use it to slice through chafe guards, cut webbing, or trim excess line more times than you can count. A proper rigging knife usually comes with a marlin spike too, perfect for working knots or opening shackles. It's a simple tool, but one that has to work every single time. On a pitching deck with wind howling, you don't want to fumble. You want to flick it open and get the job done. Out at sea, every second counts, and when lines are under pressure and everything's moving fast, a strong rigging knife gives you control in a split second of chaos. Some folks might not expect to see a power tool on a sailboat, but a cordless drill earns its keep like few others. From tightening up loose hinges to installing deck hardware or working on the engine mounts, it does the job of a dozen screwdrivers in a fraction of the time. And when the swell's rolling and you're wedged into a tight spot, saving time matters. Most sailors go for a compact model, something powerful but light, with a long-lasting battery. A good drill with a solid set of bits means you're ready for wood, fiberglass, or metal. Add a set of driver heads, and suddenly you're adjusting winches, paneling, or even electrical terminals. It's not just for big repairs either. Sometimes it's the little things like rehanging a cabinet door or fixing a squeaky companionway latch that make life aboard smoother. And if you're in a remote anchorage, being able to tackle those jobs without help can make all the difference. Charge it up, keep the bits organized, and you've got one of the most useful get-it-done tools on board. An adjustable wrench might not look flashy, but it's the kind of tool that quietly earns its place on every boat. It's simple, reliable, and incredibly versatile. Whether you're tightening a fuel line fitting, working on the engine mounts, or adjusting the bolts on a steering assembly, this tool fits the job. Literally. Sailors love it because it cuts down on the need to carry a whole set of spanners. Just one wrench, a good grip, and you're set. Many keep a large one and a smaller one on board to handle both delicate fittings and heavy-duty hardware. It's also a lifesaver in tight spaces where other tools won't reach. You might find yourself wedged behind the engine, elbow-deep in hoses and wires, with just enough room to turn a wrench. When that moment comes, you'll be glad it's an adjustable. Over time, many sailors develop a kind of affection for theirs, the handle worn smooth, the jaws a bit scuffed, but still dependable. On a boat, where repairs are part of the lifestyle, having an adjustable wrench within reach is just common sense. When you're a few hundred miles offshore and a gust rips through your mainsail, there's no calling in a repair crew. That's when a sail repair kit stops being just a nice thing to have and becomes your lifeline. Every sailor eventually faces the moment where they need to patch, reinforce, or re-stitch a piece of canvas or dacron, and when they do, they're grateful for a well-stocked kit. A proper kit includes heavy-duty needles, waxed thread, sail tape, palm thimbles, and spare material. Some folks add extra webbing, grommets, and even a speedy stitcher tool. The key is having what you need to improvise a strong, lasting repair when conditions are far from ideal. It's not just for dramatic tears either. A popped seam or fraying edge can be dealt with before it becomes a bigger problem. And when the wind picks up again, you'll sail on knowing you handled it yourself. There's pride in that. A good sail repair kit is more than tools and thread. It's a symbol of self-reliance. Out at sea, it's just you, your boat, and your skills. That kit means you're ready to take care of business. Waterproof tape doesn't get much glory, but on a sailboat, it's like gold. This humble roll of sticky magic has saved the day more times than any sailor can count. From wrapping a leaky hose to securing a cracked fitting or keeping rain out of a hatch seal, it holds fast when everything else is falling apart. Not all tape is created equal either. Some go for heavy-duty silicone versions that stretch and bond tightly, while others swear by marine-grade duct tape for quick patches. The trick is keeping a few kinds on board because you never know what you'll need to stick together until you're staring at the problem. Sailors use it to insulate wires, pad sharp edges, or stop a chafing line in its tracks. One even used it to hold a navigation light in place during a squall after the bracket failed. It's not glamorous, but it worked. When you're out there and the wind's howling, you don't have time for perfect. You need something that works fast. Waterproof tape might be simple, but it's a sailor's secret weapon for handling the unexpected with calm and creativity. Electrical problems can turn a smooth day on the water into a serious headache. That's why a digital multimeter is a must-have tool for any sailor who wants to stay ahead of the game. Whether you're tracking down a dead battery, testing a solar panel, or checking if a wire has continuity, a multimeter takes the guesswork out of the job. At first glance, it might seem a bit intimidating, especially if you're not into electrical work, but once you use it a few times, it becomes second nature. You'll start to rely on it for quick voltage checks, diagnosing why a light won't turn on, or verifying your charging system is doing its job. Many sailors keep theirs in a dry bag or waterproof case, tucked away in the nav station or tool drawer. It's a quiet little tool that speaks volumes when you need clear answers, and when you're miles from shore, the last thing you want is to be poking around blindly with wires and hope. A multimeter gives you control and confidence, two things you'll always want more of when the current gets complicated. Water in the bilge is never good news, and when the electric pump fails, or the power's out, you'll be grateful for a manual backup. A hand-operated bilge pump isn't just a piece of safety gear, it's peace of mind. It means you have one more way to keep the boat afloat when things get real. These pumps come in a few shapes and sizes, some fixed in place, others portable. Many sailors keep a large capacity one close to the cockpit and a smaller, handheld version below. It's about having options when every second counts. Pumping by hand isn't fun, but in an emergency, adrenaline makes up for fatigue. And when the job's done and the bilge is dry again, you'll appreciate that you had a tool that didn't rely on batteries or wiring, just raw effort and a bit of grit. A manual bilge pump is the kind of tool you hope you never have to use, but when you do, it can make all the difference. It's one of those quiet essentials that turns you from a passenger into a true captain of your own fate. Out on the water, every tool has a story, and every sailor has a moment they're glad they had the right one close at hand. It's not about carrying a full workshop or being ready for every situation under the sun. It's about knowing your boat, trusting your instincts, and keeping a few solid, reliable tools within reach. These 10 might seem simple, even ordinary, but they've earned their place in countless tool bags through years of hard use and real-world experience. They fix things when the weather turns, when you're miles from help, or when something breaks at just the wrong time. Sailing isn't just about catching the wind and chasing the horizon, it's about self-reliance, problem-solving, and being ready when the unexpected rolls in. These tools, they're part of that mindset, part of the quiet confidence that keeps a sailor steady no matter what the sea has to say. So here's to the tools that get the job done, and to the sailors who know how to use them. Safe sailing out there,